I'm just coming on here live tonight, talk a little HBCU football. This is Rocky from HBCU Coach's Corner. I don't have my co-hosts with me, Mr. Steve Campbell and Coach Cole. I just want to come on here and talk about HBCU football, kind of preview week 4, and also talk about what's happening in the SWAC and the MEAC thus far. I think it's shaping up to be a very, very interesting season. You know, we could talk about some things as we had some ideas coming into the season, and so far we could talk about what's kind of materialized coming into the season. Like let's talk about the SWAC first a little bit. So coming into the SWAC, we kind of knew that the favorites in the SWAC were Jackson State on the west, excuse me, on the east, and Southern on the west. That's what the media and everybody was saying. I didn't believe that. I agreed that Jackson State was the favorite in the East. No doubt about it. They the big bad wolf, they the boogeyman. No doubt about it. You'll get no argument from me. However, on the West, most people thought Southern was the team to beat. Southern was the favorite. I didn't buy that. I didn't buy that at all. I didn't buy it because to me, they didn't have an established quarterback, right? Last season, though they won the West, they didn't win it convincingly. They didn't win it because of their play, to be honest with you. In my opinion, they mostly won it because the teams that they played lost the game. Not because they won the game, because when they were playing TSU lost the game. When they were playing Prairie View lost the game. And then when they played teams that were supposed to be good, even Jackson State, when they played, uh, I believe Alabama State, with no quarterback, they got worked. So that's my opinion. They to me, they had to come out and prove it again. Period. Point blank. They had to come in this season and prove that they were a formidable team, and I didn't believe it coming into this season. And so far, be honest with you, they hadn't proved nothing. Southern hadn't proved much at all, to be perfectly honest with you. Let me look at their stats as we roll, as we roll into this season. You know, and if you guys disagree with me, put it in the comments. If you disagree with what I'm talking about, if you think Southern is a formidable team, put it in the comments and tell me why. I don't believe they're formidable. I believe they have issues at quarterback. They believe their situation is, hey, what's up? Uh, Let me see. Barzin said hello. Uh, what's up, Jeremiah? What's up, Leo? What's going on? Uh, no, no, you good, brother. But no, to make it plain, Southern hadn't done anything to impress me so far. They are, to me, so in the West, they are middle to bottom half team so far, in my opinion. They're middle to bottom half team, and they're gonna have to prove it to me. And again, I saw them live at the SWAC MEAC Challenge. I've seen them play uh, their most recent game. Wasn't impressed at all. They having quarterback issues. I saw them play Mississippi Valley State, which I thought Mississippi Valley State played them tough. I thought Mississippi Valley State played them hard, and Mississippi Valley could have won that game had they got not made some mistakes. And I'll even say this: Southern kept Mississippi Valley State in that game with those fumbles. And had they played Jalen Woods the entire game, it may not have turned out the way they thought because they was committed to trying to pass the ball when I think Southern is a running team. I think Southern commit to a running team. They should make instead of just running the inside zone all the time. I think they should run a multiple style. Like I think they should have a more variety in their running game. But I think they should be a running team, no doubt about it. I think they should be a running team. So, but I'm gonna tell you who I think is on their way to winning the swag West. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Y'all probably not gonna be surprised what I say. I think Prairie View is headed to winning the swag West. Think about this, guys. Think about this. Pine Bluff is Pine Bluff. UAPB is UAPB. Um, and then you have Grambling. Grambling struggle with Kentucky State. They struggle with Kentucky State. To this point, TSU hadn't made any improvement. They look like pretty much the same team they were last year. And then we know what Southern has looked like. We do know what Southern has looked like. And then that brings us to Prairie View. So far in the West, they have the most impressive victory of the year. They beat TSU in the Labor Day Classic. That's the most impressive victory of any team in the West. Hands down. Hands down. But you got to realize there's not too many victories in the West. One, UAPB has one against, I want to say, California, Lincoln, California. We know that's what that is. We know that's a homecoming team. Look at Grambling. Grambling has one against Langston, which is an NAI team, and they struggle with Kentucky State. Of course, they went to Ohio State and got smashed. Look at Southern. Southern beat a Mississippi Valley State team. Let's be honest, they got throttled. They got throttled by uh, uh, by Charlton, and then they lost to Southern. You know, and then we got again. We got to look at Southern. Southern hadn't put up much fight at all, man. Southern doesn't hadn't looked like a West Championship team at all. They hadn't looked like a championship team at all. So as I talk about this and I just think about it, I think PV is going to be the default West champion. One, Southern, if they even able to get it semi right, they have to play Jackson State and they have to play FAMU. It's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough. That's going to be a very difficult role for them. And guess what? PV doesn't have to play Jackson State nor FAMU. Again, think about what I said. Both teams, uh, Southern has to play Jackson State and FAMU, and PV has to play neither. So in essence, Jackson State, PV can lose to Southern, and if they run the table, beating Grambling, Pine Bluff, Mississippi Valley, I mean, excuse me, Grambling, Pine Bluff, Mississippi Valley, um, and Grambling, they run the table. They possibly could lose to. Let me look at PV schedule. Let me look at Prairie View schedule right quick. I want to look at their schedule. Let's look at PV schedule. So PV plays Grambling next week. They play Alcorn. Oh, that's another one. Alcorn is struggling. Al, Alcorn is winless. Alcorn is winless. Uh, Now PV's gonna have a tough game. They have Alabama State at home on November the 1st. I wish I could be able to be at that game, but I'm gonna be traveling that weekend, and I'm not gonna be able to be there. That's when man Andrew Body comes home and plays Prairie View. I know that's gonna be a huge game. I don't know if Prairie View can win that game, but um, and then they have Alabama A&M. That's gonna be a tough game. I think that's gonna be a toss up. But just think about it. And then they finish up the season with Pine Bluff and again Mississippi Valley. I just think this is my thought. If on October 18th, Prairie View can find a way to beat Southern, it's Prairie View's it's Prairie View's to lose. It's Prairie View's West to lose. Yeah, it's Prairie View's West to lose. Again, let me think about it, guys. What is Grambling showing you this season? Nothing. What is Alcorn showing you this season? Nothing. You know, what is Alabama? Alabama State is a formidable opponent. Alabama A&M is going to be a tough out, but they've shown that their defense could be vulnerable. And then of course, we got Pine Bluff and Mississippi Valley. I think this is primed and ready for Prairie View to win it all, and win at least win the West. Now, let's talk about the West. Hey, what's up, Ethan? I don't, no, Ethan, you can't. I'm married, Ethan. I don't have no interest uh, in a boyfriend. But thank you for the super chat, though. I appreciate it. Um, let me go to the Swag West. Let's talk about the Swag West a little bit. I mean Swag East. And actually, in my opinion, I think the Swag East is gonna be a dogfight. What y'all think? I think it was set up for Jackson State to walk away with the Swag East. I thought it was set up. I thought it was set up for Jackson State to walk. They had a returning quarterback. They have the best defense. I think it was set up for them to run the table this year. But there's been some teams that really has looked. It's some teams that look like they're gonna be really tough, man. They're gonna be some really tough teams. Anyway, let me get my I've been trying to light. I ain't got no fire, man. Oh, there you go. I got some fire, baby. Let me get some fire going. Light my cigar, man. I don't know how many of you guys are cigar smokers, but I'm smoking the Encore. I'm smoking the Encore. It was cigar of the year, I think. I think the Encore was cigar of the year in 2013. I mean 2016. Hold on. Anyway, let me see. I can look that up. See, it's an Encore. Let me see what. Yeah. Let me see what year it was cigar of the year. I can at least give y'all that information before I get into my swag East conversation. Oh, this cigar was cigar of the year in 2018. Cigar of the year in 2018. Hey, thank you for subscribing, Memory from Philly. Appreciate you. Appreciate you subscribing. But anyway, let me get into the swag. SWAC East. So it was set up for Jackson State to walk away with the SWAC East. Set up. What's up, Sebastian? Set up. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be as easy as I originally thought. What's up, Era on YouTube? Yeah, it's hot as hell, man. It's probably about 85 degrees here, bro. To be honest with you. All right, let me see. So check this here out. I thought it was gonna be. I thought Jackson State was gonna walk away with this, but if I had to put my money on a team winning other than Jackson State, because I still believe Jackson State is the favorite. I still believe that. But if I had to put money on the team winning other than Jackson State, it's Alabama State. It's Alabama State, hands down. It's Alabama State. Andrew Body has gotten off to a sensational start. I mean, a sensational start. Um, Again, let me look at Alabama. Let's just look up some of his stats, man, while we going through this, because AB is my man. In the first game against a Division I opponent, Andrew Body was 18 for 25 for 312 yards, 4 touchdowns passing, ran 16 times for 119 yards. You can't beat that. EA, I don't even know what the hell you talking about. I know you're not talking about no hairpiece. Yeah. But anyway, and then let's go to game number two. Game number two. And they played Southern. They played Southern. Game number two on the road. He was 16 for 25 for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He ran the ball 7 times for 16 yards. Southern, to their credit, they was not gonna let Andrew run the football. They were not gonna let Andrew run the football. Next up, we got Miles, which was a Division II opponent. Played the first half. So let's look at it. Let me see. He was 14 for 16, 251 yards and 4 touchdowns. AB has thrown 10 touchdowns this year. 10 touchdowns. That's sensational, man. So AB's off to a great start with Alabama State. Um, if I had to pick somebody that I think somebody's gonna win it other than Jackson State, it certainly would be um, Alabama State. But I think Alabama A&M is going to be a tough out. They're going to be a tough out. Let's look at Alabama State because their quarterback in my opinion, is playing sensational. Now they hadn't played the competition the same level. Well, they played Arkansas, so they played the money game, and they got drugged in the money game. But they played Lane the first game of the season, which is uh, a Division II team. And let's see what Quad Brown Quad Brown did in that game. Uh, well, I ain't even got no stats. They don't even have no stats on ESPN, the box score. But I can say this: Quad Brown on the season, he's 50. He's 55 for 86 for 5 touchdowns. 55 for 86 for 5 touchdowns. But think about this: Andrew Body has already thrown 10 touchdowns. AB has already thrown 10 touchdowns. Think about that. Think about that. Let me see. Let's look at Quad. Let's look at Quad last week and see what he did last week. Quad. Quad came in, had a really good game against um, uh, Alcorn. He was 25 for 34 for 260 yards. Really good game against Alcorn. Then again against Tennessee State. Let's look at it at Tennessee State. He was 17. Let me see. He was 21 to 33 for 329 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I'm telling you, man. You know, but Clipper, yeah, they may have looked good in the first drive or so, man. But at the end of the day, that's that money game. They was in there to get that bread and get out of there healthy. Luckily, Quad was able to get out of there healthy. Shout out to him and his coaches were able to get him in there. Uh, Let me see. Oh yeah, they play Lane tomorrow. They play Lane tomorrow. That's what they do. They play Lane. They got a Division II opponent. They play Lane tomorrow. So we pretty much know how that's gonna go. We know how that's gonna go. But like I say, on the west side, I think it's Prairie View's division to lose. On the east side, Jackson State is still the favorite, in my opinion, but they're gonna be tested. I thought they could. I actually thought they probably could sleepwalk through this conference, but they won't be able to because they'll end up playing Alabama State, Alabama A&M, and FAMU, and all of those teams could put up very stiff competition. All those teams could put up real stiff competition. But I'm looking forward to it, man. This season is one thing I can say, man. I think this season has had the best quarterback play since Shador left. This is what I said. This season so far has had the best quarterback play since Shador left. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, these past 2 years, quarterback play has been tough. And I'm saying even with Musa and Daniel Richardson kind of leading the way on the FAMU side as far as quarterback play, it's been tough. On all the schools, quarterback play has been tough. UAPB had a guy that was pretty good last year, but quarterback play has been tough. But with Quad and what Andrew Body has done so far this year, and even Cam Peters, that first game against TSU, Cam Peters had a great game. I thought was a really, really good game against TSU. He's kind of struggled since then. I don't know if he's been injured or what, but you know. But we'll see. We'll get a chance to see Prairie View tomorrow against Northwestern, and let's see what they do. So my man Calvin Lydell says Cam McCoy. I actually like Cam McCoy as a quarterback. I like Cam McCoy as a quarterback, but I don't think he's running the right system. I don't think they're using him the right way. I think they're trying to use him as a dual threat guy, a 50-50 guy, pass and run. And I think he's a guy that probably should run 60 to 75% of the time. He should be used as a runner in the running game, and 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 pass sparingly. I think he can. I think him in the backfield with those running backs. If they ran Cam McCoy, Franklin on one side, the kid from LSU on the other, mix in some misdirection, some power, and he's got a decent deep ball. Like I said, I think he could be a really effective. He reminds me a lot of this guy that played for West Virginia by the name of Pat White. I don't know if y'all remember Pat White, but he reminds me of Pat White. Let me see. They probably should use triple option style offense. So, yo, you know, again, I can only go off of what I've seen so far. Uh, and I think that the Johnson kid should be given the opportunity to continue a quarterback. That's just me. I like dual threat guys. I like guys who can move the chains with their legs. Um, I also think that you got to pick a guy and stick with him, and not only pick a guy and stick with him, but call a game that allows him to showcase his skill set. And another thing, I'm not sure how good FAMU's offensive line is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure how good FAMU's offensive line is. We'll see though. We'll get a chance to see. Hey, y'all want to talk a little MEAC right quick? Let me look at a little MEAC, man. Let me find a little MEAC right quick, man, because I want I want to see some. I want to look at the MEAC schedule next week, this week, see who they got, and then also talk about what we've seen so far from the MEAC, right? So we got South Carolina State is hey, thank you, Jay, appreciate it. South Carolina State is playing South Florida. We know what that's going to be. We got Morgan State playing Central. Central's a Division two team. Morgan State should get their first victory of the season. We got Delaware State, and I think Delaware State is the surprise of HBCU football. Deshaun Jackson and the Delaware State are the surprise of HBCU football. No doubt about it, in my opinion. And I fully expect them to win tomorrow against St. Francis. You know, just think about this: Hampton and Howard play tomorrow, and I'm not sure what neither one of these teams are. Even though Howard at a neutral site beat FAMU what 10-9, they beat FAMU 10-9. I'm not sure what Howard is so far. I'm gonna be honest with you. Howard beat Morehouse, and then they got wiped out by somebody. Hold on, who they say? They beat Morehouse, and then they got beat to sleep by Temple. You know, Hampton. Let's look at Hampton. I'm not sure what they are either, because they lost to a team that was supposed to be not very good this year. They lost to a North Carolina A&T team that was supposed to be on their fourth or fifth string quarterback, and also they had a competitive game against Elizabeth City, which is a Division two team. So I don't know what they are now. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. They played really well against Jackson State. It was a competitive. It seemed like a very competitive game with Jackson State. That was surprising to me. I expected Jackson State to beat them to sleep, but they didn't. So I actually thought Hampton was clearing away the better team in the in North Carolina A&T game, but somehow, somehow they were able to get a victory against North Carolina A&T. So I don't know what neither one of those teams are, Hampton or Howard. I wouldn't put a quarter on either one of them. Let me see what else. Now, this is an interesting game. North Carolina Central against North Carolina A&T. North Carolina Central, they got a win against Southern. That's all they got to really speak of this year. They went and played Old Dominion and got wore out. They went and played New Hampshire, and lost by 17 points at home. So let's see what they are. Let's see, can they should be able to handle North Carolina A&T. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I get down. I don't think very much. Let me put it like this. Walker Harris is 71 for 122, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Do y'all think that's good? Do y'all think those stats are good again? I'm gonna read them again. 71 of 122, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Y'all tell me. No, that ain't good. But yet these people want me to believe Johnny Thornton. I'm gonna go and say your name, Johnny. Want me to believe that Walker Harris is like that. No, I just don't believe it. Now Andrew Body is like that. Andrew Body is like that. Walker Harris is not like that. And I'll just leave that right there. You know. And again, if it's the and if and I'm gonna be honest with you, if NCCU is depending on Walker Harris to take them to the promised land, they not going very far. Now, what I will say is, and we talk about coach ranking coaches, he got what I believe to be the best coach in HBCU football. I believe it's Chennis Berry. Excuse me. Let me give you my ranking. It's Trey Oliver, Chennis Berry, TC Taylor, Tremaine Jackson, Sam Shade. Those are my top five in HBCU football. Think about it. Ain't nobody else in the SWAC been coaching very long. And I give Eddie Robinson honorable mention. Yeah. That's my top five. And I give E Rob honorable mention. But E Rob gonna have a chance to move up the totem pole. If TC win another celebration bowl, he's gonna he if he win another celebration bowl this year, he's the best coach in HBCU football. Listen to what I'm saying. If he wins another celebration bowl, he's the best coach in HBCU football. He leapfrogs both Shinnis and Trey out. Now, the reason why I have TC third, let me explain to you why I have TC third. This is his first coaching job, first head coaching job. This is his third year, right? I put Trey in there because Trey has more experience. Trey's won a celebration bowl as well, and he has more winning seasons than TC. I put Chennis Berry in front of TC because Chennis Berry has has won a conference title as a Division two coach, and he's won a conference title in the MEAC. And he's got more head coaching experience than TC, right? But if TC wins another Celebration Bowl this year, and he's able to navigate that gauntlet, which is Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Florida A&M, and play the MEAC champion and win it all, He says five worst coaches. Hey man, you know what? I'll let the worst coaches thing. That's gonna settle itself out, bro. I don't even have to. We don't have to worry about that. That's gonna settle itself out. That's gonna settle itself out. You won't have to worry about the worst coaches. The worst coaches will have the worst results. The worst coaches, think about what I'm saying. The worst coaches are gonna have the worst results. I mean, you got to realize we got several winless coaches. We going into week 4 and we got several teams that are winless already. Well, so so you asked me what do you think of the freshman? I think he's a good quarterback. He played well against Tuskegee. He didn't play great, but he was functional. I don't think you need to be great when you got when you're a quarterback at Jackson State. You with that running game and that defense, you just need to make the plays that are there and not turn over the football. That's all you got to do. Make the plays that are there and don't turn over the football. Yeah. With that defense and that running game and that offensive line, you're gonna be a quarterback can be just fine. You don't need to be a hero for Jackson State at quarterback, but you do need to make the plays that are there. You need to be able to make the plays that are there. Yeah, and again, Calvin, you're right. You got to be able to make the easy throws, the easy passes, hit the open wide receiver. Boy, y'all some wild boys tonight, man. Y'all some wild boys. Dolphin meat or kangaroo meat? I've had neither. Hey, but tell me where y'all watching from, man. Put where you watching from in the chat, cause I want to know where you guys are, man. And but while y'all are doing that, I'll even talk about my favorite team in the MEAC, the one that I thought would be much better than they actually are, which is Norfolk State. I thought Norfolk State would be better, man. I really, I really thought Norfolk State would be better. Shout out to Utah. Shout out to Dallas, Atlanta, Jacktown, Uganda. Yeah, man, I got a lot of trolls in here, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's this format. Maybe it's going, you know, vertical. It's got everybody, all the crazy people coming in here, man. Like I say, this is my name is Rocky Miller. I'm the co-host of HBCU Coaches Corner, hosted by Johnny Cole. We do a show every Tuesday where we highlight HBCU uh, football, or HBCU sports, primarily football, primarily football. So if it's your first time tuning in, make sure you like and subscribe, and then come back on. We got a show on Monday with Brian Jenkins. He'll be coming out. He'll be on the show on Monday. We have a special show with Brian Jenkins. Uh, Coincidentally, Brian Jenkins, the former Bethune Cookman championship coach, is playing Bethune Cookman this weekend as the head coach of Edward Waters. So I'm really interested in seeing how that's kind of going to turn out. A lot of people are predicting that Edward Waters will win the game. Edward Waters is 3-0. They played really good so far this year. I don't think they can beat Bethune Cookman, to be honest with you. Bethune Cookman showed me a lot last week uh, in the game they played against South Carolina State, especially late. They showed me a lot. I don't think they can be beat by a Edward Waters team, a Division II team, but we'll see. We will definitely see. But yeah, Norfolk State, I was really hoping that those guys would be better, man. I'm really rooting for Michael Vick. Um, I hope that he is successful as a head coach. You know, he is to me, this is just to me, he's an icon in football. He's football royalty. He transformed the quarterback position. Uh, he gave us somebody to root for in the early 2000s, man, while a quarterback in Atlanta. And shit, man, I was just hoping he could get it turned around real quick. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it real quick. Matter of fact, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think Norfolk has played really well this year. I just don't think they've played really well so far this year. But we'll see. He said Mike Vick carry Ron Mexico gonna leave for Virginia Tech. I don't know. You know, I don't know that Virginia Tech is in a situation where they can hire a first year, a guy that's only had one coaching job. You know, can they afford to hire a guy that's only had one coaching job? I don't know. Is that the job you want to start at? Do you want to start coaching in a conference where you coach against Bill Belichick, Dabo Sweeney, Mario Cristobal? Huh? Do you want to start in a conference, start your first coaching career in a conference like that? I don't know, man. And look, taking into account, he's not, you know, he's 1-2 at Norfolk State. He's 1-2 at Norfolk State, man. At the end, yeah, he's 1-2 at Norfolk State. Hey man, take this time out, man. I want to thank my man who gave me the super chat, the $10 super chat. Thank you. I want to encourage everybody to please like this stream and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. This is kind of a slow week, especially on the SWAC side. Let me ask some of y'all, what game are y'all looking forward to tomorrow? I know I'm looking forward to that Prairie View Northwestern State game. That's Northwestern game. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see what Prairie View got. In a game they should win, in my opinion, they should win. Um, I want to see what they got. Let me see. Let me see. You say you want to see Graham. You want to see Grambling against East Texas. So you I don't think Grambling can compete, man. Yeah, I don't think Grambling can compete with that showing they had against Kentucky State. Unless Kentucky State is much better than we thought they were. I don't know. So Calvin, who do you got in that game? Who do you have in that game? If I had to pick, I wouldn't bet that game, but if I had to bet, I bet East Texas. I'll take East Texas in that game. You say SWAC TV. And the reason I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm a be prejudice in this game. This one particular game is that historically, historically, when HBCUs play these games, They lose. Now I know Grambling beat East Texas last year before last, if I'm not mistaken, and I know Prairie View beat them last year. I saw Prairie View beat them last year, but but historically, SWAC loses these games. Yeah. Well, y'all trolling tonight, bro. Y'all trolling. Well, y'all getting your troll on, but historically, the SWAC loses these games. So Clipper, you got East Texas too. I got East Texas as well, man. I mean, I just don't see. I don't see where Grambling, based on what they put on film last week, I don't see where they have a path to victory. I just don't see it. Hey man, I made a mixed drink today. Y'all will never guess what this mixed drink is. The ice that melted and watered it down some. Y'all never guess. I'm gonna tell you what it was, man. But I never had one in my life. I made it. I saw a guy on YouTube, and the drink looked real interesting, and I went and made it, and it was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Yeah, outstanding. Let me tell you what that drink was. Let me tell you what that drink was. It's called Patrinacy. Patrinacy. Patron, Hennessy, triple sec, lime juice, um, agave syrup. There's one other thing I'm missing. Hennessy. Let me see. It was Hennessy. I mean, it was Patron, Hennessy, triple sec. Oh, and pineapple juice. Pineapple juice. It was pineapple, agave syrup, and lime juice. Delicious, bro. It was delicious. It's a great drink. I was worried about mixing Patron and Hennessy though. I'm not gonna even lie. I was worried. I was concerned how that was gonna mesh, how that was gonna go together. Mixing Patron and Hennessy. People say that sounds dangerous. I know it sounds dangerous to me too, man. It sounds dangerous to me. But I would, like I said, I'm gonna go to the gym, get my workout in, stop by the liquor store, picked up a few ingredients, came to the house and mixed it up, and it was outstanding. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Any of you fellas on the line smoke cigars, man? Any of you guys smoke cigars? And if you do smoke cigars, what's your favorite cigar, man? My favorite cigar is the Liga Privada number 9. The Liga Privada number 9 by Drew Estates. 708 Barber Pole. I'm not familiar with that one right there. G Boom say he's not a smoker. Not familiar with the 708 Barber Pole. I like a darker leaf. I like those Connecticut broadleaf. I like that San Andreas. San Andreas Rappers. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow, man. I want to sit back, see if Prairie View can get it done, man. I want them to play well, man. I want Prairie View to play well, and I want them to get it done. I want them to play well, and I want them to get it done against Northwestern. Remember, that's the same team that earlier in the year Alcorn lost to. The game they had lost uh, 20 straight games, bro. 20 straight games, and Alcorn let them beat them. One, I think it was the Thursday night to open the season up. Yeah, it was the Thursday night after week 0. Man, y'all some freak ass niggas in here, man. Y'all talking crazy, man. I'm trying to ignore them though, bro. Let me say, I'm Arturo Fuente, man. Those are some good sticks, bro. Arturo Fuente is some really good sticks. Let me hold on. I'm gonna go run. I'm back, man. I had to go get my final beverage for the night, man. This is what I'm gonna finish up with. A Modelo Negra. I don't know if y'all ever had that, but that is a sensational beer. Modelo Negra. Yeah. Something I be forgetting these things. Just you can't take them off, man. You gotta have most people gotta have an opener to open this up, because it's not a twist top. It's a real one. It's not a twist top. But let me see, can I take it off with my bare hands? I'm gonna try. See, I just ripped it off with my bare hands. Hey, don't try that at home, y'all. Y'all be the messed up y'all hand trying to rip that thing off with your bare hands. Don't try it at home. Everybody ain't built like that. Gotta have some real strong hands in order to just take it off with your bare hands. Cause again, these ain't twist tops. This ain't a twist top. You don't just do it like that. I mean, said I like those suckers and Coronas. That's a good bird, but try this one when you get a chance, man. Try that one. It's got a deep, raw, rich flavor with a smooth finish. There's literally very little aftertaste on this beer right here, man. Just a smooth finish, man. Bruh, this great beer. Truly one of my favorites, my all-time favorites. Truly one of my all-time favorites, man. Man, hey, man, these last few weeks, man, the world been a crazy place, ain't it, man? It's been a crazy place. I'm glad we got football and other things to keep our minds occupied while the world is sometimes seem like it's spinning out of control, man. You know, I appreciate something to have to you know give us something else to focus on while all the bullshit is going on. Shout out to you, Derek, man, for being 5 years sober, man. Shout out to you, brother. Hey, I'll drink one for you. Drink one for you. Hey, it's important that everybody knows when to say when. What he say is EA, the camera is flipped. See the UA on his right. I don't even know what you're talking about. Talking about the underarm? Oh yeah, I'm using the what's the name camera. The where I can see myself. Y'all know what camera I'm talking about. The damn selfie camera. That's what I call it. What you say, G Boom? You was taught to always have a bottle open on your key ring. You're a professional. I was in the military and there was always a guy with a bottle open on his keychain. I never was that smart. You know what? Derek, you a smart man. This is not a wedding band on my right hand. This is actually not a wedding band. But I did use it to open the bottle opener. I did. So you got me. You're a super smart guy. I, I will not tell a lie. I will not tell a lie, man. You know what game I really want to go to this year? I really want to go to the Southern Homecoming. I really do, man. I want to go to the Southern Homecoming. I want to see Prairie View and Southern get it on. I want to see the Rumble on the Bluff. I want to see it bad, man. Uh, if I go, I'm gonna have to fly over there. Excuse me. So I don't know. I really want to go, man. I want to check it out. I went to Southern's homecoming last year. Had a fantastic time. Yeah, I think PV. I think PV. Right now, I take PV. Let's look and see how PV looks tomorrow, man. Before I make any any predictions about that game, I got to see how PV is going to play tomorrow. I got to see how PV play. No, bro, I don't live in Atlanta. No, I live in Texas, bro. Alabama State. Yeah, that when I think that's what October the 4th. Let me see. Is that October the 4th? When is that? October the 11th or like October the 4th? Which one is it? Let me see. Oh, it's October the 11th. October 11th. Yeah, that might be a good one, bro. And you can get a direct flight from Dallas to Jackson. Hmm. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check my schedule and see what I got going on that weekend. Cause that's definitely a game I want to check out. Definitely a game. Hey, if y'all haven't downloaded SWAC TV, make sure y'all download SWAC TV, man. SWAC TV is again, they working through the kinks. This is the first year of it. This is actually the third week they've been broadcasting games. They're getting better each time that they do it. And yeah, download SWAC TV. Go to the App Store, the Play Store, and download SWAC TV on your tablets and download it on your phones. Let me see. I'm just gonna call out some game, man. I'm wrapping up this stream, this live, and I just wanted to. I'm gonna call out some games. Y'all tell me who gonna win tomorrow. Baylor and Arizona State. Y'all tell me who gonna win. All right, that's a good one. That is a good one right there. Baylor and Arizona State. Let's go here. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this one. Is I'm gonna be up early in the morning looking at this one. Texas Tech and Utah. Texas Tech and Utah. Y'all tell me who y'all think gonna win. Oh, here go another good one. Auburn and Oklahoma. Auburn and OU. Auburn and OU. Here's another good one. Another good one. Michigan and Nebraska. Michigan traveling to Nebraska. All right, let me see another one. And I'm sure y'all gonna all pick the same game on this one. What about Florida and Miami? Florida versus Miami. Florida is going to be traveling to Miami. Now this is a surprisingly an intriguing game. Illinois traveling to Bloomington, Indiana, to take on the Indiana Hoosiers. That's the Fighting Illini against the Indiana Hoosiers. Let me see anything else. Anything else good? Nothing. Let me see. Let me look at. Uh, how about this one? You guys may have some interest in this one. SMU against TCU. That's the Battle of the Metroplex. Battle of the Metroplex. SMU versus TCU. And this is an interesting game. Bill Belichick and North Carolina Tar Heels traveling to the University of Central Florida. That ought to be a good one. And then they got that's about all we got there. Let me see this other one right here. Let me look at the rest of the SEC, see what they got in there. I guess this I don't think it'll be much of a game. Well, we'll see. South Carolina and Missouri. That could be something. That could be something. Let me look at the rest of the Big Ten. Look like that's all the competitive games. Let me look at the ACC. The ACC may have one or two more. Oh, I think this could be a good one. Clemson and Syracuse. Clemson hosting Syracuse, and then we got yeah, that's it. That's it. Let me see anything else we'll see. Let's see what's going on in the Southland Conference. Yeah, I don't see nothing going on. That's about it, man. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody who hung on with me doing this live. I certainly appreciate it. You made outside on the front porch much more pleasant, much more interesting, man. It's good to sit up here and just have a conversation and talk ball with you guys, man. Much love, everybody, and make sure you like and subscribe. And also, Don't forget this Monday, tune in to HBCU Coaches Corner Special Edition, where we'll be interviewing Brian Jenkins, the head coach of Edward Waters. Much love, and I'm out.